Yeah, so I was born in Blantyre. I grew up in Durande. Always been passionate about innovation, inventions, I think engineering since I was a young child. I think that's something that I always wanted to do with my life. I always wanted to make stuff, invent stuff. I had lots of ideas from a very young age. Always fascinated with breaking things apart, and despite not having a lot of access to things back then, right? But that's something I've always been intrigued by. As I grew older, I was always interested and intrigued by flight, aviation, aerospace, and robotics. Yeah. And I remember when I did go to college, to Polytechnic, there was probably like 4 or 5 websites on drones back then. Some guys doing some hobby drone projects, and I would go back to them, and that's all there was on the internet, right? And I probably finished them and kept going back to check if there's more stuff, right? After I finished college, I started my first business, which was a drone mapping as a service business, and basically I was providing drone mapping as a service to clients. Right, so we worked with UNHCR, WHH, GIZ, and a lot of other large international NGOs and private companies on mapping for real estate, mapping for construction, surveying, floods. While doing that work, which I did from like 2016 to 2020, I got to travel around in all of the remote areas and the rural places, and you see all these young Malawian kids that are fascinated by the drones, and the first thing they think is, this must have been brought by like some white people or some Europeans or non-Africans or something, right? And they're surprised when it's like me and my colleagues. That just always got me thinking, also from traveling and being in many things, that there should be more people in this space, more African youth in emerging technologies, in robotics, in aerospace, in these type of fields, right? And there isn't enough of us. I want to have a place where young Africans are given a chance to be exposed to world-class emerging technologies and being given full license to be creative and innovative and start developing from a really young age. They shouldn't have to wait to when they're done with college or get that one opportunity later on in life to do those things, but really let's give them an opportunity from when they're really young to expose them to cutting edge emerging technologies. So that's basically the idea of NxtGen, not just drones but everything in emerging technologies. So that's artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, robotics, virtual reality, game development, software development, hardware development, and basically just everything that's out there. I mean, the best example I can give is mobile money, right? Mobile money in the region, in Eastern Africa, in Malawi, has really helped us to connect unbanked populations that weren't connected to financial services, right? Emerging technologies allow us to kind of leapfrog certain infrastructure that we might not have, health infrastructure or road infrastructure, drones doing that, connecting remote communities. So yeah, I think it's big, and I think it's the only way for for new, younger economies like Malawi to make the step forward. At NxtGen, we like to view ourselves as being in 2 spaces: innovation and education, only around emerging technology. So in education, we're trying to find creative ways to educate around emerging technologies, whether it's the core program, which is 5 to 18 years old, and then we have other things around that, where we have a graduate training program for graduates from colleges around Malawi. We're working with students, youth that don't have any formal education as well, that might be talented in electronics or engineering or those type of things. So we're trying to create different programs for the youth around emerging technologies, to get to educate them around emerging technologies. And then in innovation, that's where we are innovating as a company to solve local problems. Whether can we use virtual reality to provide more quality content to the youth in schools, through VR glasses? Can we use Internet of Things to solve problems like smart monitoring of certain infrastructure for the government or for private sector? So that's basically how we like to look at ourselves, innovation and education. I think I'm just getting started, but like at NxtGen, we started just under 2 years ago, the small team, and now we've grown to about a team of 14, 15 young people, all excited about tech or into tech. We're the largest private space in the country, over 500 square meters, dedicated to digital skills around emerging technologies. And I think that's a step in the right direction. That's going to help get a lot more young people employed in that space, but also innovating and also educated in emerging technologies. So I think that the future is bright and we're just getting started. Oh, I think 50 is too far, right? Most of my goals are like 2, at most 3 years from now. But I think in the immediate future, we would like to grow our offerings to cater to more groups, to get more talent in the door, whether it's by offering them employment or by seeing their ideas and innovations come to the market, right? Whether it's incubating startups that have really exciting innovations in emerging technologies. I think we want to see more of that. We want to be able to have a portfolio of maybe like over 50 or 100 local Malawian companies with youth that are working on emerging tech, trying to solve problems in agriculture, in health, in supply chain and logistics, transportation, whatever it is, right? So we want to see more of that under our umbrella. We would like to be a leader in the region in emerging technologies, not just in Malawi, but across the region, a center of excellence perhaps. So that's where we would like to be in the near future. Yeah, big time. I think that in my life I've wasted a lot of time sitting back and taking the back seat and not putting myself out there, not putting my ideas out there, thinking that it wasn't my time yet, or maybe stuff like that, So I think I've wasted a lot of time, maybe between 18 and 26 really, right? And how did I correct that? I think just being more aggressive, putting myself more out there, networking more, learning a lot more, trying a lot more, failing a lot more, just putting myself out there and my ideas out there and seeing what will come out of that. Definitely. I think doing what we do, we have to be stubborn. We have to say no to a lot of the old way of doing things, a lot of the status quo, a lot of how things are done around here and in this part of the world. To try and do emerging technology here is already a step too far for some people, right? So we find that we are going against the grain most times. Personally, I think I'm a disruptor. For most things that we do, we like to think 10x. So by that I mean, are we making a 10x improvement on things? Are we achieving 10x efficiency? Are we achieving 10x productivity in whatever it is we're trying to innovate around, right? Are we significantly improving things? And obviously that will be primarily with technology. And if we're not achieving anything close to that, then let's not even think about it. So that comes with a lot of disruption and saying no to the old way of doing things. Yeah.